Well, as promised, backpack hunt the next weekend. I got my daughter, it's her first backpack hunt at 13, we'll see how this goes. And a young bloke there as well. His second one up here. It's only when you get back in here you remember how big the country actually is. That's not even a big hill compared to some of the stuff we'll come across. But yeah, definitely ruggedly beautiful, and I'm actually really looking forward to this trip. So the plan is now, we got here a little bit later than I wanted, but it's not too bad. It's 8 in the morning, Anzac Day 2024. We'll wander up here for the next 20 minutes, and then probably the next face we see a bit like this one, which as you can probably see in the video, it's actually quite clear. We'll start doing some glassing. Got the young bloke's got my 308 that I use hound hunting, just because it's the lightest gun we've got. And there's these river flats here, so if one jumps out on the way up, he'll get it. And I've got a 7mm rem mag there. So that's for the longer range stuff. When we get in, it really opens up. But anyway, enough talking, enough scaring the deer. I'm walking. It's not brand new, but that is sort of what we're looking for. That is a really good hoof. I mean, it's over stamped with both feet, but it's still nonetheless quite a large deer. We've only come a couple 100 metres, but that might have been late yesterday, early this morning, looking at it. That's a good sign. Last time we came in this area, we were in for 2 days and didn't see anything. So, yeah. Very, very good start. So these two faces, we've just come up on here. You can see the sun starting to peek through now. So we're actually going to start glassing just up here. But the idiot there with the stick in his hand, he's actually forgotten his binoculars. So when I say it's going to,
that sun will get him moving.
I reckon you're right.
Look at that, gloomy as fuck back here, and then
yeah.
You know, want to be silent.
So we'll cross the river up here, and we'll just go real slow, look up and down there.
Yeah. Well,
and then once we get around the corner more, we'll look back on this face.
Oh, there's a bush, eh? That's clear. That's
yeah.
a can, actually.
That's what we came here for. Alright, quiet. Yanker. We keep seeing trout in this river too, so it might be a good little snack for us. Forgot binoculars, but he did bring a fishing rod. So there might be redemption there when I'm eating a nice fresh trout.
That's a face.
Yeah, I reckon you're right. Well, I suppose we've walked in for about an hour. I think we'll sit down and I'll pick over that with the binoculars and see what I can find.
Well, your binoculars.
My binoculars, because I have binoculars. Where are your binoculars, Tom?
In the bedroom.
How many deer are you going to see out of them in your bedroom?
Heaps, actually, on the shelf.
That pretty well. Last 20 minutes or so. Couldn't see anything on it, but it's sort of the wrong time of the day. I'm just going to move up, change the angle a bit, look. Move up, change the angle a bit, look. You good? Good, let's go. Yeah, change the angle, see if we can see anything behind it. A tree or something. It's 2.6 k's to camp still, as the crow flies, so that's probably more like 3.5. Up here we'll find another glassing spot, have some lunch. Yeah, it's been real easy going, which is good. Often rivers can be thick and crappy, but this one, being one of the major rivers in the high country, obviously gets a good flood and a good clean out, so it's really easy to follow. So yeah, that's enough about that. Let's go see if we can change the angle a bit. Nearly there.
How much longer?
A couple of hours?
Not hours,
Probably about 2.5 k's. So it's easy going up the river. A stick for balance, runners so you can just dry them next to the fire afterwards, and you actually cover ground really quite quickly, even the kids, and the gun's not snagging on anything. But I've lost count of how many times we've crossed backwards and forwards. It is just after summer, but this water is bloody cold. Wouldn't want to swim in it or fall over. Yeah, anyway, it's definitely the easiest way to get in here. Shorts like the kids have got on is the go. I was a bit stupid and just have rolled up pants, so the bottom of them are all wet now. So yeah, so I've still got plenty of day. We'll probably be at camp by midday and up on a spur, so my pants will dry out before the night, which is good. Yeah, goes to there.
That's like, it's sitting 6 foot high.
It's a good sign. It's not super fresh.
I didn't know if he was rubbing out his orbital trying to...
Well, he's sharp.
Yeah.
Nicked all the velvet off, that's for sure. Another one there. We are seeing signs of deer, which is good this time. Not super fresh, just a dead one in the river. There's a wild dog that someone had shot back there as well, so there's been other people in here, but so far so good. We're sort of just racing to get to camp to get the weight off daughter's back and mine, so we're going to set up and then hunt from there. We'll get a chance to look at all this on the way out. As it turns out, most of it's better in the morning than the afternoon, just the way it faces. So yeah, anyway, I reckon we're still about an hour from camp, so we're just going to keep going. We might have to stop for lunch. You didn't like that? I got stink eye then from that, so yeah, anyway, we're off. It's a couple of weeks back by the looks of it. Yeah, this is pretty disappointing. Like, you go for a walk in and someone's just been in here shooting whatever they see. I mean, I get it that they're nearly a pest and whatnot, but Christ,
It's fucking wasteful.
it's incredibly wasteful, and all you're doing is feeding wild dogs, which they also shot one off down there. So that's the second one we found. Luckily it does look like it's got a little bit of age on it. Maybe maybe sort of last weekend. Anyway, hopefully they didn't go much further than where we're at. Anyway, at least it means there's deer in the area, I suppose. Hasn't been any stags yet. So yeah, I suppose never going to get all of them. Just keep going. Well, you find these things, and to a lot of people that'd be pretty plain and boring, but I just find myself absolutely awestruck by them. Can't really explain why that is, but I enjoy the landscape and the adventure just as much, if not maybe more, than actually shooting the deer. It's yeah, it's one of the things, not just out here to kill stuff. We're just walking along. We've had heaps of rain not last night, not before. It actually rained all day. But that's a good animal. That's a good animal. There's several of them. crossing here, which is good because we're right near where we want to camp. It's not super fresh, I get that, but at least there's a good animal here. Unless the bloke that's been up here just shooting them and leaving them got it. We'll find out, I suppose. Here. Well, this is camp for the night. We've got a real open face there we can see from camp, which wasn't in the original plan, but I'll take it. The one I want to look at faces, we'll catch the morning sun down there, and that's the one I want to look at in the morning. And then this ridge here, I want to go up, so that valley opens right up. But for now, we're just going to set camp here, have a bit of a rest, grab some lunch, and then we'll go hunting. Hopefully get the good camera out, get some deer footage this afternoon. So, daughter's done well. That was a solid 7.5 k's in. Was along a river, but sometimes that hurts your ankles more as well. Yeah, there's game trails everywhere in here. There's deer sign everywhere, so fingers crossed. Some of them are stags. I don't want to go shooting a doe in here, it'd be a waste. Anyway, camp time, lunchtime. Right, all set up. This is home for the next couple of days. Just a little flat bit of ground in the flood flat. So it's 1 o'clock now. Plan for the afternoon is I'm just going to get a bit of height up here. There's a bit of a bluff there. Hopefully I can get around that and get up. I can look down onto the river flat down there, which sort of looks on Google Maps like it's fairly open, and into these open spots here. Hopefully, as the sun starts disappearing a little bit, they wander out there. There's plenty of sign here, so there's plenty of sign. It's just a matter of if one wanders out where we can see it, get a shot at it, or at least get it on film. I'm not going to just go shooting little ones in here. Yeah. I say, collect a bit of firewood up so we can be warm when we get back from hunting. Hopefully get up there in the next hour and a half. So yeah, get some wood, get into it. This is a really good example of you really don't know how steep something is until you bump your nose on it. From camp, this was pretty easy. So we're nearly beating it now. Get up the top, have a look. But it is steep. It is bloody steep. I don't know if the camera's showing you, but it's steep. Which just means we should get a good look across the valley. We'll come around from camp, and this is all open river flood that they should come to feed on, is my theory. And I can still see through that bank up there. Should be able to get them coming down the hill in the afternoon. And you can see all the way over there. And we can't shoot anything over there. We can look at it. And then at the end of the night we'll just go back down and get to camp. So it's currently 2 o'clock. So we've still got about 4 hours a day out here. So we'll settle in. We might move around a little bit on this face to change angles, but it won't be much. So yeah, we're going to settle in and see what we can find. Geez, I'd hate to fall off that. Well, we've gained a lot of altitude this morning. Kids are doing well. Just going to stop over here and have a good glass. all of that stuff there. It's probably a little bit later than I wanted. And to be truthful, we haven't seen any deer sign. So we're meant to be in here for another 2 nights. But if we don't lay eyes on a deer today, probably going to pull the pin. Because it's just flogging a dead horse. As I say, no sign, nothing. There's a little bit of old stuff. There was a couple of dead deer down the bottom too. So yeah, I don't know. Not lost as in I know where I am in the bush, but a little bit lost as to what to do with this spot. I will name it if we don't see a deer, because no one's going to want to come in here. It is a spot that's quite famous. There's a lot of videos of this area. People do see deer, I just don't. So it's either getting flogged or cold or both. Because I mean, it's an amazing looking country. It's a real shame because I just enjoy being here. So I really do it. But I'm not going to keep coming back hunting if I'm not seeing any animals. Anyway, we're going to get up the top of this bluff, stop and have a glass and drink, maybe some brekkie. Keep going. This is all the altitude we're gaining for the day. It flattens out after here. Might go up another 200. Probably come up 6 or 8 this morning, maybe. Actually, maybe 5. Yeah, not as much as I thought. Anyway, I'll have a look. Oh, there's one. Whereabouts? Good, seen a deer. Hard to tell what it is. Alright, I'm going to set the good camera up and look at her properly.
Her.
I think it's a her.
Show me. Well, stags full of nose.
Yeah, so... See that little triangle sort of rock? She's just to the trees to the side. Keep eyes on her. I'm going to get the camera. Yep, there's 2 there, both does. Sure. Yep. Are you recording? Yeah. $560 meters. 560. Well, a couple of does there. Probably mum and last year's calf, which is good because I thought we were in the wrong area. Where are you up to, girls? They're back in the bush. Well, there we go. A couple of days. It's a good start. We'll check this face a bit more, I think. They're out.
Hmm?
They're out and about.
Hmm.
Good. I mean, when you see them, it's like bam, there they are. I wish you'd brought your binoculars though.
What's that?
Well, there's only half of us looking at the moment, isn't there?
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah?
Sort of. I would have had a crack at that if it was a stag.
Hmm.
That's a good one.
Same spot.
Nope. Pretty sure it's got antlers. Got antlers.
Big.
Little.
How little? Above 20.
Nah, 20, like 15.
Should maybe not.
Nah, I'm just not going to get him on camera.
Come on, look at him.
So I'd like to see what he's got on his head first.
Why won't you get him on camera?
He's in thick shit. Lost him. Where the fuck did he go?
There's one.
Where?
Above the bluff, maybe.
Yep. I'll get that on camera.
Yes, that for some spot.
Hey.
Yes, that for spot.
Pretty good.
You need to stop touching it when you're on it.
Yeah, I know, trying to get perfect pictures.
It's a weird looking spot. Have a look at that spot.
Another day.
Hmm?
There's another day. Could be the same.
Just plant those.
Yeah, it's straight across from that bluff we've been seeing them. I just want to see stag now.
See them from here.
Yeah, I can. That's us. I'm not going to take it off. Yeah, the thing is, how long do we sit here looking at them? How long do we sit here checking his face at them versus moving?
Well, I don't know. We can always come back as well. How far is that? 500.
Yeah, like 560.
Fuck, that's a long way to shoot. Right over crack. Yeah, it's a good day for long range. So using that thick shit there. Like above where the doe is. Oh, look right up here. See this band of like where the doe is, and there's a band of greener trees. He's up in there. But I didn't see where he went. I didn't actually see it. Big paddock over there with the sun on it. Yeah. That's gone. I'm going to pack this up. That's enough of that. I'm never going to use all of that footage anyway. Yeah, just sort of follow the ridge, yeah, because that's where I want to go next. Anything there?
Looks like it, but it's only fucking small if it is.
Stay on this ridge for a bit, I reckon we'll get a good look at something over here. Hey, what was that?
There's more deer sign.
Yeah. Rub tree here.
Am I just saying my idea? Just saying my idea.
Yeah. So, I don't think we're going to get around to these paddocks, and if we do,
Too steep.
you're not walking down there and back up, are you?
No,
So, back there's deer. We know the deer on the faces facing that way now, because they're here and they're there.
I want to find that. That's a good animal.
Huh?
I want to find that. That's a good animal.
It is a good animal.
They'd be pushing
But
30 all day.
Bianca's legs are nearly done. We want to leave a bit of energy in ours to get back up there tomorrow if we have to.
Alright, I'll just say give it to sort of, go back, give it to like 1, 2 o'clock. If we're still saying good deer, it depends how good they are, stay. If not, go back down, have a fish, come back up. Might be morning spot.
I reckon we've got to stay there till at least 4. At least 4 gives us a chance to get out in daylight. If we're saying deer, we can stay till 5:30. That gives us an hour to get down the hill.
I was just thinking, seeing deer or not, sort of go for fish too.
Yeah, I think tomorrow's going to be a quieter day.
Yeah.
I think so. I'd love to get round there and get a photo, because that's where we wanted to get to. It's amazing looking country, but we can't shoot deer over there. That's a kilometre away. It's too steep to get down there anyway. So apart from finding casties, which I thought at the top of the paddock we would, I might just leave it. And if we ever hunt in the top again, we'll come in from that way where it's a bit shorter walk. I mean, we've come all the way from the creek valley down there. I haven't had a look, but if we haven't come vertically up 300 to 500 metres, I'd be very surprised. You know, steep and bluffy, so it's backwards and forwards and round. Beautiful country, but we are seeing deer back there. We're definitely seeing deer. If we're seeing them, that's where they're living. There's marks on this face the same, so it's not what I wanted to do. But given the circumstances, I think it's our best opportunity. We'll go back there. We're not going to use much water or energy. It'll only take us about an hour to get back there in time for lunch. think it's the best chance of shooting one. It's a 500 metre shot across the valley. It's well and truly in capabilities. Just got to hope a stag comes out. Yeah, no trip's ever a wasted trip. I mean, this is good. We know now that you can't just walk over and pop out on top of the paddocks. We know if we want to get to them, we're going to have to come along that creek down there. Put that down for another trip. I think as I do more of it, I can carry more weight. Like, I'm not struggling with this. Bring a tent and a sleeping bag, and then you're not concerned about where you camp if you've got days to get out. Whereas with the kids, I've set up a base camp. We don't have a fly or anything like that, like a lot of the other fellas get. I mean, the video mightn't show it, but that country is nice and clear. You'd stalk through that all day if you wanted to. But the deer aren't on that face. Well, they don't appear to be. They appear to be on these faces, which are where we need to be. So we'll go back over there where we can see it. Have some lunch. Hopefully get some footage of deer. Wait till nearly dark and head back down. Happy with that?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Would have been fucking ages since someone's been here.
Oh yeah. That's one of the coolest things. It's how many people have actually seen that view.
Fuck all.
Hey?
Fuck all.
Yeah.
Hopefully they watch your videos.
So I'm hoping you watch my videos. It's a low chance, I know, but if you're one of the 3 or 4 people sitting on that bluff up there, I'm terribly sorry I've walked out where you're probably expecting to see deer this afternoon. But you'll find a video, we actually camped in that spot and we didn't see a cracker, so I'd be really interested to see if you've heard any. Just also, if you went back about 50 metres so you can get down to the lower bench, it's actually a better glassing spot. Well, I think it is. I can see old mate up there with the spotting scope though, so he'll be able to see pretty good. Old mate in a t-shirt. I reckon they've just seen us, they've all turned this way. Wouldn't be able to hear my voice, but yeah. I thought there might have been people up there. But yeah, that's the Friday between Anzac Day and the weekend 2024. Anyway, we'll get out of your way. We'll head back to where we've actually seen deer. Decided, after we've looked at everything, that the spot down here where we saw deer is our afternoon spot. So that'll be good, because daughter's starting to struggle a bit with legs, but she's done an incredible job so far, so I'm not upset about that at all. So we're going to go down here. I'll clear a bit of a spot so we can glass, set up the video camera, and fingers crossed we can get eyes on a few more. But, yeah, it's been good. There are marks, so we've worked out which faces they're on. So no trip is a waste of a trip. Even if we don't get a good deer out of here, we've learned a hell of a lot. We know now we've got camping areas up top if we want them. We know what faces the deer are on. We know there's good water and it's a pretty easy walk in here. So yeah, all positive. Now I just need to get a good stag on the ground. Geez, aren't I the picture of buddy? Good looks, covered in sweat and sticks. Alright, this is a spot we saw deer this morning. We've gone and checked up there where we wanted to check. Glad we did it. But this is the best spot we found and the only spot we've seen deer. The only thing is, well, the thing that we've discovered is the faces that are facing that way, which I believe is an easterly direction, maybe slightly northeast. They're the ones that have got the sign on it. I've got just about no sign on this one. But we go just over the other side, you only have to go 100 metres down and there's sign. So I'm going to set up the video camera and everything here. I'm going to clear a few sticks, get comfortable for the night. Yeah, I'm not expecting to see a lot till later in the evening now. But yeah, set up and just enjoy the scenery. It's when everyone stops moving and I stop talking, the silence up here is unbelievable. It's just next level. The birds are even quiet today. No wind. It's just glorious. So yeah, hopefully the deer are out enjoying the sunshine soon. So yeah, anyway, The only thing I hadn't considered is maybe they'll come onto this face as the sun starts to set. I suppose that's a risk we've got to take. We can't sit here till dark anyway. With the kids, I've got to boot down the hill with an hour of daylight still left. Which, you know, your best shooting light, but safety first trip. Start coming here a bit more often, and I know the way up and down I'll definitely be staying here till dark. Anyway, I'm going to set up for the afternoon.
It was actually quite a decent spot.
Yeah. So what we've discovered with this spot here is, even though it's a beautiful spot to look at, I don't know if you'll quite see it there, but there is a monstrous bluff runs all the way around. So even if we did shoot a good deer over there, we're never going to recover it. Not in 100 years, not without rappel gear anyway. So it's 2:30 now. We haven't seen any deer over there except those 2 we saw this morning, 3 we saw this morning. So we're actually going to head back to camp. We've run out of water anyway, but that's not the deciding factor. We'll head back to camp, and there's an open face just down the river a little bit, which I'm going to look at this afternoon, and then I'll reassess. So, like I say, new area for me, so working it all out is part of the fun. But, yeah, sometimes you think you've found a winner, and then when you move around Glasson, you decide that it's not actually that much of a winner. Anyway, still not huge deer numbers in here for what I'd like an area to have if I was backpacking. Yeah, that other crew up the top, I haven't heard a shot from them. I'm assuming we would at a deco down the valley. But, yeah, it's a live and learn experience. Just nice being out in the bush, seeing deer, a bonus. Shooting them, well, it's just the icing on the cake, I suppose. But yeah, anyway, it shouldn't take us long to get back down this hill. Yeah, and hopefully I can get another bit of a hunt in the Sarvey. There's an old rub there, very old.
Yeah.
You've done really good. You've gone up 700 metres and nearly down 700 metres. Hey?
That's nearly a trip.
You've done great. Come on, we're nearly out. Well done. Oh, I'm just trying to think back to when I was that age. I don't reckon I ever would have done that much climbing in a day. Ever. So we did live on the coast too, which means there's no mountains. Anyway, nearly back at camp. I think she's struggling with the boots more than anything. But, truth be told, I'm just starting to get a little foot sore as well. So doesn't mean I'm not going to find another spot to hunt down here. Not going to lie, even though it's the best bit of hunting light coming up, and I've still got to find a spot, I'm bloody glad to see that river, because it means I'm going to be able to have a drink. Well, when I get to camp, that is, anyway. But, yeah, look, that was well worth it going up there. Saw a couple of deer, found out a lot about the area. But, still, even though I was seeing deer, I'm still not convinced I'm coming back. What I am going to do this afternoon though, I've still got all day tomorrow for that to change, but what I'm going to do this afternoon is put my shoes on and just stalk downstream on the flats. If I find a good spot I can see a bit, I'll set up. Not going too far, so I don't think daughter will have it in her, but I remember coming in, there was a spot I wanted to check out first thing in the morning. I know it's not first thing in the morning, I'm going to go check it out now. But now, off to camp, get a drink. Well, that's the face that I'm looking at this evening. Can actually get up there if we get one. Wouldn't be easy, but I could. But at this stage, just seeing another couple would be nice. Getting honked on the way back to camp, I'll take that as well. I mean, I know with young fella reckons we saw more today, but I've given us 4. He said, no, you counted wrong, there's 6. Anyway, 4 or 6. Either way is fair day. One stag in amongst them. Couldn't get him on the good camera, he's a bit far away. He wasn't that good anyway, he's only a little one. Yeah, fingers crossed one comes out here. Otherwise I'm just gonna stand here, rehydrate after running out of water earlier today, and yeah, enjoy the bush. Ooh, good. Well, I was down there and there was a gunshot, so that ruined that for me. So I've come back to camp here now. The young fella's actually got a couple of trout, which is good. So that'll be dinner tonight. A bit of something fresh, a bit more energy. Not gonna lie, I'm totally out of ideas as to where to go tomorrow, but I suppose I'll sit down, relax a bit, and sort that out. There'll definitely be some hunting, just not 100% sure where that is. But with the last few minutes of light, I'm just going to glass this bit here. Again, I'd really struggle to get to them, but still well worth the glassing effort just to see them. So yeah, good day all in all. I say, saw some deer, young fella caught some fish, which was good, and yeah, gained a lot of knowledge about this area. So yeah, happy with that. For now, I say glassing, dinner, bed, think about it tomorrow. Well, daughter's actually woken up with a bit of a fever this morning, which isn't ideal. So we've made the decision to pull the pin, well, sort of pull the pin. We're gonna move back towards the car, see how she goes throughout the day. So we're gonna hunt down the river, which is a low chance of seeing a deer. If we get to the car, there's still some light, we're gonna track the road out. It's just, in here, we're not seeing any fresh sign. We're not seeing a lot of sign for where we are. Heard a gunshot yesterday. We've found 4 or 5 dead deer now, which gives you some indication of how much this area is getting flogged. We've seen a couple, but nothing we could get to, nothing we wanted to shoot. It's been a good trip so far, but hopefully we can get one heading down the river. Like I said, I know it's a low chance, but it's the right thing to do, because if this fever ends up being something bad, at least we're nearly back at the car. If not, we can still hunt down near the car later. Otherwise, I'll go chasing hog deer tomorrow. But anyway, let's get out of here. I'm actually surprised, given that she's feeling sick and how sore her legs are after yesterday, how well she's doing. She's slow, but she's getting it done. And that walking stick, that's actually really helped her. I found it helps me with balance. And yeah, I always thought people with them were a bit wanky, but after using one, I can tell you, I thoroughly recommend. That's I got that one last trip to help me with the walkout when I wasn't feeling so good. And yeah, this one, first thing I grabbed. But yeah, it's just stability in the river and getting up and down little slippery ledges. Absolutely the best thing. Anyway, from here on, we're gonna just slowly walk, hunt. It took us about 3 hours to walk in here. I don't care if it takes us 6 to get out. Still be daylight when we get to the car. When we get to the car, we're going to check for marks along the road. If we see anything fresh, we might set up again. But the only reason I'm not telling you where this area is because a mate hunts it and he loves it. But the reality is, me telling you where it is would probably actually do him a favour, because we've seen 6 other hunters and at least 4 or 5 dead deer. Yes, we have seen deer, but it's absolutely caned this area, and that's, I probably should have known that. I've picked an easy spot to get into for my daughter, and that's the buy-off. It is meant to hold deer. It does hold deer because we've seen carcasses, but it ain't easy. We would have been better off hunting fringe country. But it's about the adventure as much as everything else. Anyway, we'll get going. Keep going. So these are the river flats. Once you get back, and like, you could stalk along these, but there is no deer sign. This is actually someone's camp here, which obviously means that they've come more than once, judging by that. So no sign of them today. Yeah, it's just clear and beautiful and heaps of feed, but zero deer sign. So I'm thinking, as it was the long weekend, just maybe. It got absolutely smashed last weekend. Bit hard to tell though. There are dead deer around. But yeah, I say, looks amazing. Hasn't been amazing for us. Impressive. I mean, even if you shot an absolute stonker up there, you're never getting to it to recover it. It's just formidable country in places in here. Impressively beautiful. Bloody hostile if you get in the wrong place. Alright, a little bit further to the car, let's go. One thing I will say, if you do this with kids, younger kids, the older fella, he can eat like me, just 2 or 3 light meals a day and he's right. Daughter, as soon as you stop feeding her, the mood drops and she gets the go slows. She's doing a really good job, but yeah, just remember if you are bringing your kids, you got to pack a hell of a lot of extra food, like double what an adult needs. Just something I've picked up. And before lunch I was dragging her. After lunch I'm lagging. You know, she does want to stop, but I just want to get her back to the car now. She's not feeling well. She's definitely got a cold or a flu or something. So every step is a bonus at this stage. We've got to this stage of the expedition. 2 packs. How far do you reckon I can do that for?
Made it.
Oh, I made it. 1 pack's hard, 2 packs is ridiculous. No, she did pretty well. She made it to within the last 500 metres. Look at that, buddy. Some of the fresher marks we've seen all trip at the car. Don't you love that?
How were them dog marks back there?
Yeah.
See them?
Plenty of dogs in here. Yeah. So, what did you forget this trip, Tom? Do you want to tell everyone?
Not really. Binoculars, rangefinder.
Anything else?
Jocks, socks.
Hmm.
Bit of food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so when I say here, pack these, do you want to listen to me next time?
No.
Tom, do you reckon you need more food? No, we'll be right.
Still made it out first.
Lost your self-respect and dignity as well. Yeah, well, that's because you're only buddy 3 kilos because there's nothing in your pack.
Fuck no.
Oh, we're back at the car. That was a good trip. Daughter got crooked this morning, which I've said in the video, which probably cost us a day. But the reality is there's not a hell of a lot of deer up there. Anyway, we saw a few, but all the marks were older, so I'm not disappointed. It's better that she's enjoyed what she's done than anything else. So we're going to get to the car now, head off home. Should get home at a good time and a day early, so might get down the coast chasing hoggies tomorrow if I'm real lucky. If not, thanks for watching. Next time we're going into a different area because we've tried the tops here, didn't see anything. We tried the bottoms, didn't see anything there either. There are some good animals in here, but not many. So it's a lot of hard work for not a lot of reward. But, again, thoroughly enjoyed it. It's not all about shooting deer for me, it's just about being out and about. But, in saying that, I do want to get a good stag on the deck at some stage in the near future, so it's becoming more about shooting the deer. Anyway, I'm spent from carting the 2 packs the last little bit. I'm looking forward to getting in this car, getting home and enjoying a beer. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you next trip.